All right. Let's now try to understand few of the common terminologies related to Salesforce CRM. See, I would like to explain you. Uh, let's take one of the example. I would like to explain you this one of the example. Let's say if there is an organization, and let's say it's Dell, right? Now we probably everyone knows this that Dell is one of a company that used to manufacture laptops and maybe a certain different kind of electronic equipments as well. So that is what the Dell is. Now let's say that they recently come up with a new brand of a laptop, right? And you know they wanted to sell that product. They wanted to sell that product. They recently come up with a new brand of laptop. Now it all started with what? It all started with the marketing team. See how exactly a consumer, how exactly the people would know that Dell has recently launched a new laptop with all of the new latest features and all that, whatever. So how a common man, how people like us would be going to know about this? So obviously, they would require to perform the advertisement of their product. And so how they can perform this advertisement? There could be so many different channels for that, right? There are so many different channels where somebody in an organization can put up their advertisement. They could go with digital marketing, they could go with the TV advertisement, they could brand their product onto the social media, which is actually a kind of more result oriented, more promising nowadays. Now they can even organize trade shows, like you just have seen that something. I probably a 6 month back, world's biggest trade show was being organized in Dubai. So similar kind of things have been I mean that they frequently organize the auto shows in the China. And this is also one of the kind of thing where the brands from different countries for different products, they come up over there, and they used to showcase their products. They could organize some events. They could provide the sponsorships to certain events, and they could advertise it on the radios and all that. Obviously, Dell will not going to distribute you the free sample, but why I have written this, I'll be going to tell you a story behind this as well. There could be see different there could be the different ways. There could be the different channels by which a company would try to advertise its product. Now see, every effort of a branding, every effort of the advertisement, there's a common terminology for all of them. In the Salesforce, we call this as what? Campaigns. We call this as campaigns. Let me try to show you something. See, in the Salesforce, in the Salesforce, we have a common terminology for them. Every effort, by any ways, if you do the branding, if you advertise your product, it could be any of the channel that is being listed out, that even being not listed out. If any company do a advertisement by following any one of this, or a multiple channel, we combinedly, we cumulatively, we call this as what? Campaigns. We call this as what? Campaigns. So campaign is that entity of Salesforce which represents, the campaign is actually that entity of Salesforce, which actually represents, all of the branding activities, all of the branding activities which is being done, to advertise a product. So if somebody, in the Salesforce CRM, when you came across a terminology called as campaign, when you are learning Salesforce, and when you came across a terminology called as campaign, understand what is the meaning behind the campaign. So campaign actually represents all of the efforts that a company would take, all of the efforts that a company would take to advertise its product, to brand its product, and to make the people aware about that you are having this product and you wanted to sell it, and you are looking for the customers, you are looking for the clients, so that they could come and they could buy this product. So every such effort which is being taken by a company to brand a product, we called it as what? Campaigns. We call it as what? Campaigns. All right. So I was telling, I was about to tell you one interesting story about a free samples. See, obviously, Dell is not going to distribute you the free sample, right? अगर ऐसा हो रहा होगा ना तो मैं तुमको नहीं बताऊंगा, मैं तो खुद सबसे पहले जाके उस लाइन में खड़ा हो जाऊंगा. Yeah, it's not possible with Dell. But I tell you one story. See, Maggi noodles, something. Now every one of us, especially kids, childrens, they very like it. But I'll tell you one story. It's something somewhere around like 30 years back when the Maggie recently came into. I mean, they make a collaboration with Parley. So this is how the Maggie actually, this is how the Maggie launched their product in India. They initially make a collaboration with Parley that time. Like Suzuki has make a collaboration with Maruti in India to sell their brands, to sell theirs and everything. Like Honda has made a collaboration with Hero. Hero initially was a bicycle company in India. Hero was originally a bicycle company. There are so many collaborations. This is how a company emerged their products into another into the overseas country. So this is a common thing. And the same way, the Maggie noodles, and they make a collaboration with the Parle. Parle G was one of a very famous brand, and now itself, now is it? I mean, it's not outdated. Parle G is still with their so many products they are in the market. They are in the food market. So what really happens would be like, that time they found it very difficult to sell this Maggie noodles. Why? Because Indian taste was a bit different, and everybody was saying कि यार ये तो सेवइयां हैं, but this sevai is not it's not sugary, rather it's salty. And who is going to eat this salty type of sevai? Because nobody, they were not getting the market. Not a single product was being sold for so many months, and they were about to wind up, and they finally decided that we cannot sell this Maggie in India. And I mean, the people is they are not liking, rather they started disliking the product. And everybody is saying कि खारी सेवई कोई खाता है क्या, है ना, सेवई तो मीठी होती है. So they just they were about to wind up their business. Right? They almost have make up their mind that we cannot sell Maggi in India. And if you go with this, you will going to find this story in the Google as well. Maybe in the encyclopedia, probably you will to find it. So then one of the sales director, they hired it somebody who's actually from North India. I just forgot his name. Oh, then he decided one thing. He first of all asked the Maggie that, see, if you wanted to sell this product, because you were doing all of the branding with your ways, that the one you have followed in the European countries, okay, I mean the Asian countries, but India is different. The people in India, they are having a different kind of state of mind. You cannot sell a product with the way what you were being trying to do the same thing, though it was a very successful way in some other Asian countries. It's not going to work in India. We Indians are a little bit different. So if you wanted me to sell this product, let me first of all create my own way. If you are agreed, I'll be agreed to sell your product. Otherwise, I'll not join this campaigning. Maggie was agreed. Obviously Maggie was going in loss, and they agreed to whatever you wanted to do. Just do it. Try to sell this product. Otherwise, we will never come to India back again. And this buddy, this guy, what he started, he actually, at that time there was no concept of shopping malls, but there are few places where the public used to assemble, like cinema theaters, like gardens, circus. You know what these guys would have? He planned a very strong campaigning, and he has hired thousands of the chefs, and he has given them the training and how to prepare the Maggi with 2 to 3 different kinds of the flavor. Like you can add a bit of vegetables into that, and you can add the different kinds of sauces. And even if you without sauces, if you make it, you can make it like the way. And you know what these guys do? They actually they started I mean they started assembling their stalls in every public places all over the India. It was a very huge campaign, you won't believe. And just they started preparing the Maggi, and they distributed this to the person, I mean to the audiences, and they asked them to eat. And they given them different flavors of that. And this is how this all started. This is how it's all started. These products were containing something called as Ajinomoto. a Chinese salt. Now, what is this Ajinomoto? Actually, it's whenever whenever you eat any such kind of food which is having Ajinomoto, it makes a natural kind of chemical reaction into your mouth in such a way, that it feels to be a very good thing. And the second time your mind asks, I wanted the same thing once again, and this is how it all started. And then they put up an advertisement. This is the first thing that they did, and the second thing, there the advertisement that comes, I probably you remember, 2 minutes Maggie in 2 minutes. And how they projected that ad? School going kids, mothers are very tense in the morning because they have so many things to prepare. There are 2 to 3 kids, which is very natural in India. I know it's very common in India that parents usually have 2 to 3. I also have 3 sons. It's very common in India to have like 3 to 4 children, and they're all school timings are same. Mother is very tense. I mean, he's grabbing something for first child. He's grabbing, he's making ready a second child, and there the tiffins and all that. That was the first advertisement. I don't know. You go and you search this on the YouTube. You will find that ad. And the student, because the mother was completely busy preparing their child's being getting ready their child to go to school on time. She was not getting proper time to cook the food. And suddenly a product comes called as Maggie, which can be prepared just in 2 minutes. You just have to boil the water, add the Maggie, add the masala, and it's prepared. That's it. It was a very revolutionary thing. See, what he identified was a very common problem that everyone was facing. You won't have much time in the morning to prepare your kids. And this is the reason, you were being not giving them tiffins and all that. So let's buy this product, prepare their food in just 2 minutes, and give it this to the children. Would be very happy to eat Maggie, even though you give it to them, in 7 days in a week, 365 days in a year, they will be happy to eat it. Why? Because it is having that Ajinomoto. So this is how this all started. So see, when you identify the requirement, you can definitely sell out the product. You can definitely sell out the product. This is what a business is all about. A business is only a supply and chain. When you identify the requirement, you can definitely make a chain of supplies. That is what a business is, nothing else. Anyways, any such effort that is being taken to advertise a product is something called as campaigns. So in Salesforce, we have one of the terminology called campaign. We have one of the entity, we have one of the object. We have one of the entity, we have one of the object. What is an object? We're going to learn it, but at least listen this, and be, let your mind, let your ears prepare for the kind of terminologies what you are hearing right now. What is exact definition? We would be learning everything, but at least just listen to this. We have an object called as campaign. What does campaign represent? It represents all of those effort that is being taken to advertise a product by a company. And how does it all started? See, there's a marketing team. There's a marketing cloud. Campaign is a feature of a marketing cloud, by the way. There's a marketing team that do the campaigns. There's a marketing team that do the campaigns. Campaigns means all such kind of advertisement, whatever they did. They come under a single umbrella called as campaign. And what is the outcome of campaign? Campaign, the outcome is lead. Whenever you do an advertisement, what is the outcome? The outcome is a lead. What is a lead? Lead is a potential customer. Lead is someone who just showed the interest onto your product. If and this lead is being submitted, the record of this lead. The record of this lead is given to the sales team, right? Lead, the another terminology, leads. There are so many terminologies you have to learn. I'm just starting with few of them. Otherwise, there are thousands of the things, and gradually you will be going to learn everything. Don't worry, it takes time. It takes time. You cannot learn everything in the training itself. There are so many things. Salesforce is very vast. It's just like an ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is very big. It's very big. The most biggest ocean is Pacific Ocean, something like that. It's very big. You have to explore. You have to explore this by your own career as well. You continuously start. You will continuously explore the Salesforce. You'll continuously, when you learn something, you come ahead, a little bit ahead as well. So this is a very big technology. Understand one thing. We would be covering maximum thing of that, but then there are so many things which would not be covered, and that is something you have to learn it when you will be, when you start working onto the project, you will be going to learn that those things as well. Anyways, so lead is that terminology. Lead actually means what? Lead actually means what? Lead are those companies, lead are those people. Lead could be a person, lead could be a company. The one who showed the interest onto your product. I mean, you have, you did certain campaigning, you did certain advertisements, and by this advertisement, there is somebody who showed interest onto your product, right? He showed interest probably by coming to your stall, by asking about the product, by making a call to you, by going to your website, by filling up a form over there, by drafting and sending an email to you. There could be different ways a lead is going to be get generated, but ultimately leads are what? Leads are the outcomes of campaigning. Whenever a lead is generated, there's a campaigning in behind. Somebody has advertised your product, and that's the reason this person came to know about your product. And because probably he was also thinking to buy a laptop, and he has seen your advertisement, he have listened your advertisement probably with the radio, and he came to know that one of the new laptop from the Dell has recently launched with all those fantastic features inside that. Or probably I should buy them. Let's see to that. Okay, so this is how the leads are generated. So lead is what? Leads a potential customer. It is somebody who showed the interest on your product. Could be a company, could be a person. Now this lead is submitted to a sales team. It's a responsibility of sales team. It's a responsibility of sales team to convert that lead into the actual customer. See, lead is like somebody who is roaming in the cloud. You could either lost him, you could either get him. Lead could be what? Lead could be closed, either closed won or maybe closed lost. If your sales team put their best and the lead is ready to buy the product, or maybe he already started purchasing, then we could say that he is no more a lead. Now, when he buy a product, he becomes a customer. He becomes a customer. So it's a responsibility of our sales team. It's a responsibility of our sales team to convert that lead into actual customer, right? और ये मैं देखो, हम कल या परसों, मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा, बट हमने ये डिस्कशन किया था। यूरेका फॉर्ब्स का जो टीम्स था, दे वर हाईली ट्रेन्ड गाइस, एंड उनके बारे में बोला जाता था कि जब वो फील्ड पे होते हैं, हालांकि उनका काम था वैक्यूम क्लीनर्स बेचना, बट उनके बारे में ऐसा बोला जाता था कि जब वो फील्ड पे होते हैं तो वो अंधों को चश्मा और गंजों को, क्या कहते हैं उसको, कंघी भी बेचने की ताकत रखते हैं। तो ये कैसा है कि देखिए, एक कंपनी का सेल्स टीम कितना मजबूत होता है, उस पर निर्भर करता है कि वो कितना प्रोडक्ट्स को सेल कर पाएंगे। और कैसा था, एक दौर था, अभी तो कैसा बहुत अलग अलग तरीके से एडवर्टीजमेंट हो रही है, बट एक जमाना हुआ करता था, आपको मैं बताऊं, ये कंसेप्ट नहीं था एडवर्टीजमेंट का। आप देखिए, हम हिंदुस्तानी लोग, हम वी इंडियंस, वी आर वेरी कल्चर्ड पीपल। हमारा बहुत अच्छा कल्चर है, सारे रिलीजन्स हमारे बहुत मजबूत हैं, एंड वी आर वेरी स्ट्रांग इन आवर कल्चर। हमारी वैल्यूज को दुनिया सीख रही है, और हमारे घरों में जब कोई मेहमान आता है, आप सभी लोग कहते हैं कि, क्या बोलते हैं उसको आप, ही इज जस्ट लाइक अ गॉड, वी ट्रीट हिम एज अ गॉड, वी कंसिडर आवर गेस्ट टू बी गॉड। दैट इज व्हाट I mean, our culture values, these are very strong values. We should not forget this. This is what the beauty of our culture. Whatever the religion, people used to say that we are distributed. No, we are actually, it's we are like rainbows. We are having 7 colors, but we are bind up together. you know when we appears, when we shine, we all together shines with every colors. That is what in India is. We should proud of this. And see, I'm not saying this being an Indian. I used to had communication with so many, so many clients. From all my experiences, everyone, whenever I used to had an interaction, just an informal interaction, and probably the meeting has been ended, or the meeting is about to be started, and I join a bit early, so we start some informal discussions. Everyone say about this. that India is a very beautiful country. I said, yes, of course. We have everything over in India. Okay, if we talk about like natural beauties, we have like mountains, we have sea, we have beaches, and we have deserts, and we have like we have the flower gardens in the Kashmir and Assam. So India is a country which actually is beautified from the God itself. You go to, for example, you go to US, you have to visit a particular state for getting those things, but not everything is available over there. There are so many countries there, they don't have beaches around there. There's so many countries that don't have the desert. There's so many countries that don't have the mountain. There's so many countries that don't have that grasslands and all that. India have everything. Then we have multiple religions. We celebrate multiple festivals with us. You only celebrate Christmas and the Thanksgiving Day. We are at least 21 festivals in India. This is what we are, right? So identify one thing how Eureka Forbes used to sell their product. In India, there's a culture whenever somebody comes to your house, you greet him very well and you treat him like a god and you do whatever the best you can do, to make him happy. And this is what happens to the salesperson when there was no concept of getting, house to house marketing. Koi concept nahi tha India mein. Eureka Forbes started this all. And they visited the home personally. They know when somebody comes to your house, वो दुश्मन भी होगा तो हमारे घर में हम उसको चाय और पानी पिलाते हैं. ये हमारा कल्चर है. चाहे हमारे घरों में दुश्मन क्यों ना आ जाए, अभी मेरे घर पे आया तो चलो बैठ जाओ, पानी पियो, खाना खाओ, नाश्ता करो. तो दीज गाइज यूज टू विजिट देयर होम. उनके घर में साफ सफाई करते थे. वी आर कल्चरी, वी हम लोग कैसा ना काफी इमोशनली फुल हो जाते हैं व्हेन समबडी कम्स टू आवर हाउस. और वो हमारे घर में साफ सफाई कर रहा है. यूज टू हमारे पर्दे साफ कर रहा है, हमारे हमारे घरों में हमारे कर्टन साफ कर रहा है, हमारे सोफे साफ कर रहा है. तो फॉर श्योर यू विल बी गोइंग टू बाय द प्रोडक्ट. दिस इज हाउ इट्स ऑल स्टार्टेड. तो कैसा है ना, सेल्स टीम का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होता है बॉस, लीड को कन्वर्ट करना कस्टमर में. और जिसने प्रॉपरली किया वो 100% कर सकता है. आज भी यही फिनोमिनन है. यू जस्ट हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द कल्चर, वैल्यूज एंड व्हाट वी कुड मेक समबडी टू गॉट इम्प्रेस्ड. ठीक है, वो एक अलग दौर था उस वक्त. दे वो दैट वाज अ टाइम ऑफ आर दादा नानी, मम्मी पापा. We are a newborn, I mean, we are a new culture. We would also get impressed, but this is not going to be happen in our case. आज अगर कोई हमारे घर में आएगा तो हम बोलेंगे चल भाई बाहर से बात कर पहले. तो अभी थोड़ा सा चेंज हो चुका है. अभी you have to change the strategies. But anyways, there would always be a marketing. ठीक है. So sales team would be like something who's responsible to convert leads into the customer. And when the customer is generated, right? You convert the leads into the customer. The something which is generated automatically is called as opportunity. What is an opportunity? Opportunities. See, opportunities directly relates to how much amount, how much revenue is generated or is projected to generate it from the customer. Like the customer agreed to buy your product. If he already buy it, we will going to say that's closed one. He has buy a product which this much amount. How much this is? 1 cents, 100,000, 10,000 lakh, 10 lakh. Or in that case, this is going to be 2 millions, 2.3 millions actually, not 1 million is 10 lakh. What is this becoming? This becomes 1 tens, 100,000, 10,000. And this becomes 3 million. Oh, this is 2 billion, or maybe 23 millions, you could tell it. 23 millions, because 1 million is actually 10 lakh and 100 lakh becomes 1 billion. Yeah, this is 23 millions. Crores. Indian currencies, it is crore, right? In the US currency, this is 23 millions. Now, this customer, Burlington Textile Corp of America, they become a customer, they agreed, and they finally buy it. When they buy it, that particular deal is closed, and it is closed with one, not closed lost. If we lost, if the customer refused, and even after every efforts of marketing and branding and sales, whatever, customer finally say, no, I just dropped my idea to buy the product. I'll buy either I'll buy it later on, or maybe let's see. At least for now, I'm not going to buy this product. There's something called as closed lost. But when you close one, when you won it, he has paid you this much amount. We say that opportunity is generated with closed one. Opportunities generated with closed one. There may be different stages of opportunity. You're going to see that. Let me try to show you that first. When we go to the opportunity, these are different stages. You could definitely add some of yours as well. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है Salesforce में कि this is something which is rigid. No, Salesforce is a customer flexible. It's a completely flexible kind of technology. So you can see these are the options: prospecting, qualification, needs analysis, value proposition, decision making, perception, whatever, negotiation, close, loss, close one. These all are what? These all are the different stages of the opportunity. And you could insert your own over here, right? Opportunity could be closed one. Opportunity could be prospecting. Prospecting means he's trying to make his mind. He still has not paid anything, and that's why the amount is blank. He's making certain decisions, but he actually has put you, he put you some of the advance for that. Value propositions, closed one, and then there could be, there could be different kind of stages for the opportunity. But ultimately, opportunity means customer is ready to buy the product. Okay. There would be only one circumstances where we lost him, that is close loss, and that to be due to certain circumstances. Probably he's not able to make those financial arrangements, although he was very willing to buy that car, but he doesn't get sufficient amount, and so probably that is the only reason he dropped out. Otherwise, there was no flaw in our branding, in our sales team. But because you that car required to give, for example, 3 lakh as a down payment, and customer was not able to that, so due to that reason we closed loss. So that is not a problem with that is not a problem with leads and the sales team or whatever. It's a problem but generated during the opportunity only. And so we have to we have to mention it over here. So opportunity ultimately means what? Opportunity means how much revenue is actually being generated from the customer, or is about to generate it. It's forecasted to be get generated, right? This is what an opportunity means. So basically, see, when you learn a CRM, you have to learn two major kind of process. One, or maybe a cycle. One is sales cycle, sales process. Another one is service cycle, service process. Although there would be so many different circumstances. See, ultimately what we are learning, try to understand that. We are designing, we are what? We are, if we say that I'm a Salesforce CRM kind of engineer. So what is your specialty? You actually develop such kind of application, the robotic application, the high-tech application, the software application, the cloud-based application, which helps a particular business, to maintain their process, to do their business very efficiently, to maintain a good relations with their customers, to grow, to generate more and more revenue by this product. So ultimately what you are, see, to whom, what is your targeted society where you would be, you are going to provide the help. You are projecting, you are trying to give help to the business families, businessmen actually, so that they should, you are developing a product for a particular organization so that that organization could use your product, and with your product, with the application, with the software, with the tool that you have given to them, they grow, they generate more revenues, they automate their process, they make every stage of their business, marketing, sales, service, customer relationship, front end, back end, data management, you make all those things automated. And due to your product, they are very happy. And they are generating more and more revenues every year, every month, every quarter. This is what. So if you are that person who is helping a business to grow, you must also have the ideas of business. Don't you think like this? You don't require to do the MBA. अगर किया है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, करने वाले हो तो भी अच्छी बात है. But abhi at this stage, you should have at least, the basic idea about the business. That is why I'm explaining you this whole thing. In perspective of business, in terms of business, I'm explaining you this whole thing. You are not doing MBA. I'm not teaching you MBA. But understand, we are pushing some business. We are helping some business. We must also have certain ideas about business. And that is the reason this is the whole, this is the whole background kind of things. The whole background music is MBA only. The business. That is what I'm just trying to recreate in the back of stage. Otherwise, हमको तो Salesforce पढ़ना है, boss. हमको तो Salesforce पढ़ना है. But Salesforce ultimately is what? It's a tool, it's an application, it's a technology which is going to help the business, which is going to help the organization to grow, to maintain their business very efficiently. तो आपको भी थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया होना चाहिए बिजनेस का. That is the reason we are learning all this thing, right? So this is what. All right. So one last topic I would like to take, and that is, I think it's, I cannot start this by today because there are certain discussions that needs to be done. Today is the last day of your demo. All right. Anyways, let me tell you one last thing, but that is certainly important. And this one is an interview question as well, right? This one is an interview question as well. I'll be going to share you so many things. Let me try to show you that. Gradually in the training, and after the training has been over, we will going to materialize you, we're going to materialize you with so many things. And why with this, why we give this all things in gradually? Because if I give you everything on, I mean, kya bolte hain usko, ek saath if I give you everything, you will be not going to learn that. This is my personal document that I used to update, every time. It has so many questions. Right? I'll be going to share you this as well. It has so many questions related to the admin, related to the developments, deployments, integration. I mean, see, I have so many documents. This all I just prepared for you guys only. Let me try to show you. I mean, there are over here and to this, and I have like a folders related to interviews as well. Where is that? Where is that? It's just difficult to locate something. Yeah, over here I have I have so many documents. I'll share everything with you. I'll share everything. I'll give everything, whatever you wanted to study. I'll give you everything, right? But periodically. Okay. So see, I'll just show you one question. What is the lead conversion process? Yeah. What is the lead conversion process in Salesforce? Or rather, what happens when a lead is getting converted? What happens when a lead is getting converted? This is the most common interview question. So understood what happens. First, let's try to read the theory for this. See, whenever a lead is converted, the answer is over here. Whenever a lead is converted, 3 records are generated automatically in Salesforce. One account record, one contact record, and one opportunity record. We'll be going to learn this in detail, everything, what's an account and what's in contact and what's an opportunity. Opportunity, I have given you this. Opportunity, just now I have described. Okay, what is the expected revenue or generated revenue? Opportunity means revenue. Opportunity means paisa, money, generated or expected to generate it. That is something called as opportunity, right? So whenever a lead is converted, there are 3 records that are automatically generated: account, contact, and opportunity. Let me show you this practically. And this is the most common question. See, we have a lead. I'll go with all open leads. Okay. I'll go with all open leads. I'm just showing you. Oh, we have a lead called Sohail. Okay. We have a lead called Sohail, right? This is one of the lead. Maybe he's interested in one of the product. Let me enter that product. There is a laptop called GC1000 series. Just an example, nothing else, of course. So Sohail is one of the person. Right? Okay. He is interested. He's interested into one of the product. Or how the lead source? He has make a phone inquiry to us. See, okay, there was a campaign. There was a campaign done, and then Sohail came to know about a laptop. He wanted to buy a laptop, which the number is GC1000. He make a phone call to us, or maybe one of our sales rep. And so this is how the lead is generated. Sohail called one of our customer representative, our sales representative, sales rep, and he tell that recently I have seen your advertisement on the TV. There's a recent brand called GC1000 series laptop I wanted to buy. Could you please give me some more details of that product? So the sales rep said, oh yes, sure, I'll going to do that. Please register a few details with me, like what is your phone number and what's your email ID. We could provide you a free demo of that. One representative would going to visit you, and he'll going to describe you every feature, something like just telling, just creating the story, nothing else. Okay. So this is how the sales rep get the details, and then he entered everything over here, and he created a lead record. So what is a Sohail now? Sohail is a lead, because Sohail has showed the interest onto the product. Now, finally, everything happened. Our representative visited his home. He described the features of the product, and Sohail was very excited. Immediately give the money, and now he become the customer. Now, if he's a customer, he's no more a lead because he paid you. He buy the product. So when a customer actually when a lead actually get converted to a customer, you have to remove this lead record. So that is what a question. What happens? There's a convert button over here. See what happens when a lead get converted. What happens? Okay, I'll show you a few things. Go to the account, go to the contact. Okay, let's go with contact. Let's go with all contacts, by the way. Do we have any contact called Sohail? I'm going directly with the list of S. Do you see any contact with the name called S, Sohail? No. All right. There is no account. There is no account with the same name, whatever. Right. All right. So let me show you something. Let me show you something. See, Sohail was a lead. Now let's convert him. Let's now convert. I'm converting this lead. I'm converting this lead. Lead conversion process with normal priority, due date, whatever. And the status is, oh, status is completed. Let me go with this converted. I mean, as soon as I convert a lead, see what is going to be happen. The first thing, आपका tab कहाँ पर आ गया? You are now onto the account. That means as soon as a lead get converted, as soon as a lead get converted, if you try to find now, if you go to the lead and you go with all leads, you will not going to find the record of Sohail over here. See, Sydney Catty, where is Sohail? Sohail is no more a lead. Sohail अब lead है ही नहीं. अरे क्यों नहीं है? Because उसने वो कस्टमर बन चुका है. जब वो कस्टमर बन चुका है तो उसको छोड़ो और बाकी लीड के ऊपर काम करो. इसलिए देखो आप ऑटोमेटिक प्रोसेस है कि whenever a lead get converted, first of all it get removed from the leads. Lead से हट जाता है तो क्या होता है? Account बनता है. One record inside the account is created, and to this account one contact. See, one contact over here. You can see one contact with this name and one opportunity with this name is being generated. And we're going to study this whole process in very detail. Don't worry. अभी तो ये manually बताया मैंने. But this is one important thing everyone should know. ये एक interview question है. और ये शुरुआत में काफी पहले मतलब whenever the interview started, the first 10 question का जो set मैं मानता हूँ कि usually after your introduction, what are the basic things we ask just to have a little bit, just to check whether you are clear with basics of Salesforce or whatnot. This is one of the question. What happens? What is the lead conversion process? Either, or what happens when a lead get converted? So when you came across this question, you have to answer one thing. Whenever a lead got converted, whenever we convert a lead in the Salesforce, three records are generated automatically. One record of account, one of contact, and one of opportunity. Okay, you can see one of opportunity, one of contact, one of account, and this is what. Let me close this. See the contact of Sohail and opportunity. This is how. This is what happens automatically, and this is something called as lead conversion process. This is something called as a lead conversion process. All right, go with this all thing. Go with this all, and let me first of all stop the recordings, and I'll going to have certain discussion. All right. First of all, let me ask you: do you have any questions? I'm giving you this command. If you have any questions, because for questions usually, I don't stop the recording. I remain in the recordings itself because I wanted the question and answer should also be get recorded. If you have anything to ask, just please ask me. Otherwise, I have to discuss few things. Just ask me if you have anything to ask.
Hello.
Yeah.
Opportunity. I'm not getting it properly. Opportunity. What is opportunity? You said revenue, but may I know once again about the opportunity?
Okay, for example, a big bazaar or Max or any other showroom. For example, you go to a Max showroom, you visited there in January this year, and when you buy certain clothes for you, and you go to the cash counter, and the cashier over here would ask, "Madam, may I know your mobile number?" So you said, "Okay, fine, no problem. This is my this is my mobile number." And then he asked also your name, ma'am, your name, please, and you say, "My name is Ruchira." And then in the January you buy somewhere around like 3,000. Now you are planning, for example, Diwali is coming and you again is planning to go to there, right? And you go, you once again you visited the Max, and there you once again you do the shoppings from there. Finally you also come to the cashier and he asks you, "Ma'am, what is your mobile number?" You again said this is my mobile number. When as soon as he entered the mobile number, he'll say, "Oh, ma'am, Ruchira, ma'am. Yeah, of course, I'm Ruchira. Fine." Second time you buy, for example, 2000. First time it was 3000. Second time it was 2000. Okay, all right. Now in the November, in the December, Max has internal policy, and that is being generated from the CRM itself. If round the year, if the opportunity, total opportunity generated by a customer, if it's greater than 5000, whenever he come back next time, let's give him a discount of 10%, 5%, 20%. This means if I wanted my customer, if I wanted to generate more revenue, I should attract him by giving certain discounts. And that should be based on how much he has performed the shoppings, how much opportunity we have generated in the past as well. So there, we should must track how much he's buying, what's his buying pattern, and how much, how much revenues we are expecting from him. For example, he did some shopping in the January of 2000, 3000. Now he is again doing 2000, 3000. So before December, he has purchased somewhere around like 10,000. And we are maintaining this whole record. So where, inside where? That's opportunity. That's opportunity. I will be not saying I generated money from you. No, that doesn't seems to be a good word. Okay. I'm not generating money from you. I'm actually generating opportunity from you. And based on this opportunity, I could even provide you certain discounts, whatever, to again attract you, to generate more opportunity from you. Based on old opportunity, I'm going to give you certain offers. You are a very prestigious customer to us. You have performed like you have shopped us for more than 10,000. We are very happy to give you 10% discount on whatever you purchase next time. Whenever you come to our store and whatever you buy, we're going to give you 10% discount onto that because you are a very prestigious customer. Understand? This is what an opportunity. Understood now? Tell me.
Yes, yes, sure. Thank you.
My pleasure. Any other question, guys? Okay, I'm stopping this recording.